Okay, guys, so I'm gonna open the first of two boxes of 1990s score that I have. Frank Thomas rookie, but I'm really trying to get the black and white Bo Jackson card, the bat and shoulder pads card. So let's not waste any time and get into this bad boy. Just didn't take all the packs out so that I can stack commons in the empty box. And yeah, let's see what we can get. Hopefully we get the Bo Jackson. I know I should be wearing gloves, but this isn't any modern product, so I'm not too concerned. Don Mattingly, nice card. Dotson, Walk. Huey Brooks, Wally Backman, Kevin Bass, Mike Scott. It's got a film on it from the Sportflix thing there. Sanderson, Burke, Howard Johnson, Gubasaw. Okay, first pack down. No Bo. Okay, I don't know why this thing is so difficult to get open. Bring some scissors to help us out. Brian Harvey, Roberto Alomar, King, Steve Balboni, Doc Gooden, Rhino, Eric Shaw, Kurt Gibson, Terry Poole, Charlie Huff, McGuire, set that aside, Quintana, Scott Bankhead, Lance Johnson. I mean, again, these are great cards. And if you remember the 89 score football, very similar as far as the color borders, which means that they're also very susceptible to chipping. So getting high grades in these is really rough. Yeah. Let's go to the next pack. Okay. Orsolak Oster, Paul Gibson, Mark Davis, Otis Nixon, Kirby Puckett, R.I.P. Tom. I loved Tom Gordon in the 90s. One of my favorite players. Greg Jeffries should have made us all millionaires once upon a time. John Cerruti, Yielding, Munoz, Sammy Sosa. His rookie card doesn't have that big rookie banner, but like Frank Thomas rookie, but that's his rookie, so we'll put that aside. Foley, Minton, Brown, Dave Winfield, Johnny Ray, Rex Hudler, Barry Larkin, John Kruk, Ken Patterson, Rance Mulinix, Jeff Montgomery, Ricky Henderson, Greenwald, Lusader, Olin, and Robin Ventura. That is a Robin Ventura rookie card. Okay. There's this pink 8. Let's get that out of there. Gladden, Slot, Bieber, Malaki, Bouchel, Edgar Martinez. What, second year? Second year. I'm a Mariners fan, so I'll put that aside. Mookie Wilson, Carmelo, McClure, Raines, Moses, Darren Dalton, Andy Venice, Johnny Orton rookie card, Scott Hemman rookie card. Luis Salazar, Guillermo Hernandez, Mike Lacrosse. I don't know if you can see that, but right here on the bottom, it's already got a ding on it. And again, it's fresh out of the pack. Mulholland, Nixon, Reardon, Bud Black, Tim Wallach, Daryl Strawberry. Big unit. All right, the second year card. Dave Stewart, Willie Randolph. Kids today won't know how dominant Dave Stewart was once upon a time. Mike Smith, Dave Justice rookie, and Terry Jorgensen. Today I found where I was supposed to opening those seams. That was a little easier. Johnny Reed, Paul, Lunsford, Will Clark, Rosenberg, Bear, Matt Williams, Lavalier, Bo Diaz, Lenny Webster, Phil Stevenson, and Carlos Quintana. Pack 11, Okendo, Bernansky. Oh, there's a Bo Jackson. It's got a haze on it from this Ernie Banks MVP insert. See if I can take a microfiber to that and wipe that a little bit. Bob Belvin, Steve Mahoric, Rigetti, Burks, Steve Lake, David Cohn, Gazzo, Jeff Houston, Dean Williams rookie cards. So we're going to, I said pack 11. This is pack 9. My math is off. 9 times 4 is 36. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 9 packs in the 4 stacks. Andre Thomas, this is pack 9. Wally Joyner, liked Joyner as a kid. California kid. Hal Morris, Joe Skalski, Darren Fletcher. Okay. First pack in the next stack. So you can pack 10. And I keep just referring to that as a kind of a hologram in the middle. They're called Magic Motion Trivia cards. Who cares? Tom Benzinger, Eddie Murray, Mitch Webster, Dwight Smith, Pete Smith, Jody Davis, Langston, Moreland, Rich Gadman, Lloyd McClendon, another big unit, another Dave Stewart, Willie Randolph, Gary Mielke, Prime, Coach Prime. All right, I'll put that one aside. Todd Burns, Caminetti, Tony Phillips, Rob Dibble, another Bo Jackson. Still has that haze, but less of it. Bobby Witt, Elster, Gary Gaetti, Mark Grace, Dickie Thon, Steve Finley, Kunko Hammond, Larry Walker, rookie with the Les Astros. Okay. Pack 12. Now we're a third of the way through the dots. Still no Bo Jackson that we're chasing. Black and white back card, bat and shoulder pads. Devin White, Ricky Henderson. That one keeps popping up quite a bit. Brian Fisher, Kurt Young, Jamie Eisenreich, Sean Dunstan, Fred Manrique, Deere, Canseco, Early Smoltz. Kevin Moss was a hot rookie back in the day. Never amounted to much. He was supposed to be the next great Yankees rookie. Kurt Stillwell, Jeff Russell, Greg Harris, Tony Gwynn, Mike Jackson, Kelly Downs, Bill Long, Jeff Reed, Todd August, Dave French, Eric Yelding, Tim Raines, John Moses, Scott Cooper, Keith Miller, Ryan Sandberg highlight card. I'm going to highlight this one simply because if we zoom in here, get my light up here, we can see this corner is horrible. It just got dinged up in the pack. Again, that's part of the reason it's so hard to get good grades when grading some of this nostalgia wax, as I call it, or set aside stack. Okay, next pack. Barrett, Powell, Alan Anderson, Will Clark, Gary Wayne, Gary Ward, Charlie Hayes, David Berryhill, Hassey, Browning, Pete Harnish, Mark Thurman, Bobby Thigpen, Stan Belinda, Kevin Blankenship, and Jeff Fisher. All right. Willie Wilson, there's another Matty Lee, Lily Quist, Alexander, Behringer, Wade Boggs, Deion James, Mariano Duncan, Pagularulo, Fred Lynn, John Morris, Dennis Boyd, Oil King, Darren Dalton, Brantley, Hubbard, and Tim Jones. Still no Bo Nose card. So I've got sleeves and penny sleeves and card savers on standby should I pull that bow. Schmidt, Parrish, Pat Borders, Glenn Davis, Mike Felder. There's the rookie card that I'm referring to, not just the one down here, but the first round pick players. Willie Green, Eric Shaw, Kurt Gibson, Terry Poole, Bobby Bonilla, Terry Steinbeck, Harold Reynolds, Cecilia Fuente, Gilbert Phil, Dan Schatzeder, Randy Kutcher with that dinged corner. Okay. Johnson, Walk, Pena, Chili Davis, Carlos Martinez, Dan Pasqua, Greg Blosser, Pascal Perez, Wilkerson, Grant, Hamilton, George Brett, okay, Hall of Famer, Dave Parker, Randy Myers, Kurt Schilling, rookie, Wally Whitehurst. Again, the stuff that I'm putting in this back pile, likely I'll get sleeved up, scanned, and thrown on my collects page. I'll get there for 50 cents to $1 probably, and you can always put cards together and make offers. Oral, Matt Noakes, Chris Sabo, Mulligan, Norm Charlton, Mike Devereaux. There's another one that was going to make us all rich, Ben McDonald. It's unfortunate. It's got that film, but we'll see if we can get that off. John Kruk, Melvin, Ernie Riles, Cruz, Cotto, John Geronimo Barua, Denny Darwin, Jamie Navarro, Mike Dyer. We are now halfway through the box. That was the official halfway mark for packs. See the stacks, so you can get to reading it. I'm sorry if you feel like I'm going through these so quickly. I mean, most of it's junk, so I don't want to focus on it too much. I just want to get that bow. Pedro Guerrero, Dave Martinez, Brady Anderson, George Bell, Steve Hosey, Jim Gott, Mickey Sasser, Jose Alvarez, Gary Gaetti, Mark Grace, Costello, Jeff Robinson, Pat Perry, Mark Gardner, Mike Hartley, Luis de los Santos. Okay. Gary Reyes, Atlee Hammaker, Jerome Walton. Took Rookie of the Year over Ken Griffey Jr. the year before. Eddie Zosky was never heard from again, by the way. Aguilera, Tim Tuffle, Luis Quinones, Bob McClure, Don Robinson, Wally Joyner, Mel Hall, Don Oss, Mark Carrion, Jim Corsi, Tony Fossas, Dave West. Come on, Bo. Full transparency. I'm feeling like I'm 14 again, opening these. I want that bow. I own the bow. Got a graded copy of the bow. But I've never pulled it from a pack. Never pack pulled the bow nose card. Denny Martinez, Rich Yett, Storm Davis, Brett Main, Ron Robinson, Cal Daniels, Quisenberry, Dickie Thon, Jeff Reed, Don August Clancy, Gary Carter, Lloyd Mosby, Ken Daly, Jack Doherty, Joe Oliver, Magadan, Fernando, Dale Murphy, Hubie Brooks, Wally Backman, Kevin Bass, Magic Motion, Donald Harris, Lee Mazzilli, Gene Nelson, Rick Reed, Mike Lavallere, Mike Parent, Dan Perry, Lee Zucchino, Mark Lemke, Randy Nosek. And remember, these were big sets too, so I think you get a lot of duplicates. Vance Law, Rick Mailer, Pete Cavilla. Hey, there it is. Woo-hoo-hoo. Very first time that I've ever pulled this directly from a pack. Close to happy birthday to me. I'm turning 50 years old next month. And for the first time, I have pulled the card. That's the wrong part of the video, but this card, similar to the 87 Topps Future Stars bows that I pulled, you just saw me pull it at some point. I'll go through this, make sure it's clean, send it in to PSA or SGC to get it graded. First glance, border's a little bit thicker on the left side than the right, and a little more thicker top to bottom. Otherwise, looks great. We'll go through the rest of the pack now. Dennis Cook, Weatherby, Musselman, Oil Can, Hamilton, George Brett, Ron Jones, Tino Martinez. I'll pull that aside. Again, I'm a Mariners fan, so I'll pull Mariners aside. Mariners that I liked. Vance Law, Rick Mailer, Pete Cavilla. How exciting. We finally got the bow. I know I don't sound excited. Probably sounding a little stuffy. Had some serious Santa Ana winds the last couple days here in Southern California. And it's just doing a number on my allergies. BJ Sirhoff, Dan Plesac, Paul Gibson, Otis Nixon. Something stuck to this. Gibson, Mark Davis. Again, it was at that Magic Motion card, so it's got a bit of a haze. I'm going to see if I can get that off, but I'll always put Nolan Ryan's aside. Never played for any of the teams that I liked, but always had respect for Nolan Ryan as a Hall of Famer, as a strikeout legend. Grew even more when he got into that fight with Robin Ventura. Took him down like a calf at the rodeo. It's amazing, that fight. Brian Downey, Presley, Felix Jose, Joe Carter, Kenny Rogers. There's the Frank Thomas. And again, it's behind that Magic Motion, so it's got a film on it, which is really disappointing. That's a great card from this set. Glavin, Wallace Johnson, Ramon Martinez, brother of Pedro. I've actually been present for one no-hitter in my lifetime. It was Pedro Martinez at Dodger Stadium. I want to say 95, 96, somewhere in there, against the Miami Marlins, the Florida Marlins at the time. We're almost 3/4 of the way. This is the last pack. This is pack 27. You could go back and see what pack that Bo was in. That was somewhere, shoot, pack 23, 24, somewhere in there. I'm going to guess somewhere between 18 and 20 minutes on the video. Jeff Leonard, Greg Gagne, Terry Kennedy, Carlos Martinez, Dan Pasqua, Lee Biederman, Tom Goodwin, Eric Hansen, Kurt Manwaring, Junior Ortiz, Ed Whitson, Joe Cangelosi, Jesse Rothko, Glenn Allen Hill rookie, Bernie Williams. Again, I'm only putting that aside because he's a Yankee great, and someone may be interested in that card. Okay. King Caminiti, Tony Phillips, Kurt Stillwell, Jeff Russell, Greg Harris, Lilliquist, another Frank Thomas, which is exciting, but again, I'm getting really bummed about this film. I don't know if it'll come off, and I don't do it for a lot of cards, but I do have Kurt's card care kit. I'll just try on one of those other, like the Ricky Henderson or something, and test it and see if I can get that off. Because this one's really well centered, and it's just that haze. So we'll see. Bill Long, Deion James, Don August, Dave Clark, Fred Lane, Tim Raines, Chris Hammond, Larry Walker, rookie. Okay. We are in our last stack. Ed Brands, Corey Snyder, Marty Barrett, Powell, Alan Anderson, Pep Waters, Paul Coleman, Gary Ward, Charlie Hayes, Eric Shaw, David Berryhill, Ron Hassey, Tom Browning, Bobby Thigpen, Pat Austin, Stan Belinda. I'll have to look that up. I don't remember what the pull odds on that were. Don't know if it's possible to get 2 in a box or not. Hopefully. I'm still chasing it. Like I said, I do have another box that we'll go through, and that'll be a different break on here, Mattingly. So you'll get 2 chances to see me chase the bow. Schmidt, Parrish, Oral, Glenn Davis, Felder, Mulligan, Willie Green, Kurt Gibson, Terry Poole, Kruk, Bobby Bonilla, Cecilio Huante, Ulrich Scholl, Blankenship, Fisher, Randy Kutcher. So when this video goes up, put down in the comments, what do you do with all your extra commons? Because again, like I'm pulling out some of these notable cards, but there's a lot of other commons. I don't really know what to do with all those extras that I'm not going to list. I just end up putting them in a box and it becomes clutter. So if you have any ideas, throw it down in the comments. Got 4 packs left, so 32 out of 36. Deep Knights. Looks like a John Olerud Ricky, Toronto Blue Jays. Ended up being a great player for my Mariners. There's a Ben McDonald again, Matt Nopes, Sabo, Whitaker, Charlton, Devereaux, Bradley, McDonald, Melvin Steinbach, Harold Reynolds, Danny Darwin, Mike Scioscia, Jimmy Navarro, Mike Dyer, John Olerud. Corners are a little dinged on that Olerud, but again, as a Mariner, I'll probably put that somewhere in a box as part of my ancillary PC. Okay. Rod Oster, Gladden, Don Slott, George Bell, Greg Gore, Mark Grant, Santiago, Brett, Dave Parker, Nolan Ryan, Ballard, Dobson, Bo Diaz, Wooly Whitehurst, Glenn Allen Hill, Bernie Williams. I'm a little surprised outside of that one highlight card, I haven't gotten any Nolan Ryans. Final 2 packs. Ryan Sandberg, Diego, Jeff Jackson, Ernest Rouse, Mulholland Cruz, Cotto, Baroa, Gantner, Armis, Bill Schroeder, Marquise Grissom. So it'll be after that. Okay, our last pack. Just under a half hour to open this box. Weaver, Yet, Storm Davis, Tyler Houston, Darling King, Wilson, Jeremy Gonzalez, Gary Pettis, Rick Cerrone, Rick Leach, Rick Dempsey, Chad Kruger, Gary Eve, Mark Gardner, Mike Hartley. There it is, folks. That's the whole box. Some standout pulls, maybe. But we got one. We did get one Bo Nose. So we will eventually put together a video of us submitting this. Let me know. PSA, SGC. I like SGC just because of the price. But I realize PSA gets the premium. And again, I can put this in a mag and leave it alone. I don't know if it's worth it. I'll go through and see, but pretty excited about that. Thanks for coming along for the ride. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, don't forget to chase those 9s.